As the final moments of the year slip away and midnight draws near, the United Kingdom enters a time steeped in ancient belief, ritual and superstition. Long before fireworks lit the skies or countdowns played on TV screens, New Year was considered a moment of profound spiritual danger and opportunity. It was believed that the veil between the old year and the new was thin. What you did, who you met, and what crossed your threshold could shape the months ahead. Tonight, we journey through the folklore of New Year in the UK, from Scotland's firelit festivals to whispered English superstitions, from Welsh traditions of luck and song to the echoes of pagan winter rituals that still linger beneath modern celebrations. This is not just a story of celebration, but of protection, prophecy, and the deep human fear of stepping into the unknown.
Welcome to Mysterious Lore. The ancient origins of New Year in Britain.
Long before January the 1st became the official start of the year, ancient Britons followed the rhythms of the natural world. For Celtic communities, the year was not reborn in midwinter, but in darkness. The festival of Samhain, celebrated at the end of October, marked the true beginning of the year, a time when the old year died and the new one emerged from shadow. Winter was a season ruled by spirits, ancestors, and unseen forces. Later, Roman influence introduced January as the beginning of the year, named after Janus, the two-faced god who looked both backwards and forwards. This idea resonated deeply within existing beliefs. New Year became a moment of reflection and foresight, when past actions could influence future fate. Even as Christianity spread across Britain, many older traditions survived, quietly blending with church bells, calendars, and saints' days. New Year was no longer just a date, it was a threshold.
Hogmanay, Scotland's fire and fate.
Nowhere in the UK does New Year's folklore burn brighter than in Scotland. Hogmanay, Scotland's New Year celebration, is a powerful mixture of Viking fire rituals, Celtic beliefs, and medieval superstition. Fire has always played a central role. In ancient times, flames were believed to cleanse evil spirits left behind by the dying year. Rolling fireballs, torchlit processions, and blazing barrels were used to purify communities and ensure the sun's return. But the most famous Hogmanay tradition is first footing. As the clock strikes midnight, households wait for the first foot to cross their threshold. This person determines the household's luck for the entire year. Traditionally, the most fortunate first footer is a dark-haired man carrying symbols of gifts such as coal, bread, salt and whiskey. Fair-haired visitors were once considered unlucky, a lingering echo of Viking invasions. When blonde strangers arrived unannounced, they often brought violence. To this day, many Scots will not allow just anyone to be the first to enter their home after midnight. Luck, it seems, must be invited carefully.
English New Year Superstitions.
In England, New Year folklore is quieter, but no less cautious. One widespread belief held that nothing should be taken out of the house on New Year's Day. To remove items, especially money, ashes or food was thought to carry prosperity away with them. Similarly, nothing should be washed, as it is symbolised washing away good fortune or even a family member. Another enduring superstition involves noise. Church bells, banging pots, and later fireworks were believed to scare away malevolent spirits from the old year. In some rural areas, people believed that the weather at midnight foretold the coming year. A strong wind meant unrest. Rain signalled tears. A clear, cold night promised prosperity. The new year did not begin with hope alone, but with caution.
Welsh New Year, folklore, songs and spirits.
In Wales, New Year traditions were deeply connected to music, poetry and blessing. One custom involved groups of young people travelling from house to house at midnight, singing traditional New Year songs. In return, they received food, coins or drink. These songs were not merely festive, they were blessings, protective charms, spoken aloud to ensure fertility, health and harmony. Another tradition involved decorating apples, called Calannig apples, adorned with cloves and ribbons, given as symbols of luck and renewal. Some Welsh households believed that spirits wandered freely on New Year's Eve. Doors were opened briefly to allow the old year to leave, and then firmly shut to keep unwanted forces out. The boundary between worlds was fragile. Words, songs, and offerings mattered.
Omens, dreams and divination.
Across the UK, New Year's Eve was a powerful time for prophecy. It was believed that dreams on New Year's night foretold events of the coming year. Young women, in particular, practiced rituals to dream of future husbands, placing herbs under pillows, or performing silent prayer before bed. In some regions, molten lead or wax was poured into water. The shapes formed were interpreted as symbols of future fortune. Others listened closely to the words spoken after midnight, believing they carried hidden meaning. Silence was dangerous. Words shaped fate. Even today, many people instinctively choose hopeful phrases when the clock strikes 12. Echoes of these old beliefs still alive.
The old year must die.
One of the most haunting ideas in British New Year folklore is the belief that the old year was a living thing and it had to be released. In some communities, an effigy representing the old year was burned. In others, doors were thrown open, brooms swept through the rooms, or bells rung to drive the year out. To cling too tightly to the past was dangerous. Misfortune followed those who failed to let go. Even modern resolutions reflect this ancient belief. To survive the new year, the old self must be left behind. As fireworks fade and calendars turn, these traditions remind us that New Year was never just a celebration. It was a ritual of survival, a moment when luck was negotiated, spirits were acknowledged, and the unknown future was met with fire, song and careful steps across the threshold. Though centuries have passed, the old beliefs linger in midnight kisses, lucky rituals and whispered hopes for what lies ahead. Perhaps when the clock strikes 12, we are still standing where our ancestors once stood, waiting to see what follows us in the dark. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching this video and hope that you all have a good new 2026, and I'd like to thank everybody all the subscribers over this last few months of recording. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I hope that we can have plenty more over the next year. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you've been to any of these places and have your own experiences, or there's somewhere that you'd like us to go and tell a story of, leave it in the comments and we can have a look at it. Thank you.